Week 16, you're fighting to get into the next round of the playoffs. All these starts and sits really, really matter. I'm going to give you some starts of the week. Guys who might be on the edge for some people, but I'm confident in playing them with my fantasy playoff hopes on the line. At the quarterback position, Joe Burrow is my start of the week. He's going up against the Ravens. It's a divisional game. The Ravens give up the 8th most points to quarterbacks. They've been banged up in their secondary all year. Joe Burrow himself, the quarterback 9 on the year. And on 8 different occasions this year, he scored over 22 points. So he has been a very, very reliable option in fantasy so far. In week 7, he played Baltimore earlier this year. In that game, 416 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, which led to over 33 fantasy points. This could be a shootout. Both of these teams can put up big points. Defense can be suspect at different points. And Joe Burrow's got elite weapons in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd, and Mixon. He's someone I'm willing to start, and I believe he's going to have a good game.
I also just want to take a quick second to say a massive, massive thank you to all of you guys supporting us over on Patreon, supporting the channel, the podcast, and our dream. It means more than you will ever know. You guys are the real MVPs.
At the running back position, you can confidently start James Robinson. Finally, no more Urban Meyer, and we can see James Robinson getting the work. Last week, he got 24 opportunities. Check this out. Snap percentages with Urban Meyer, he was averaging around 61%. Last week, without him, 84% of snaps, James Robinson was on the field. It makes sense. He's the most talented player in this offense. He goes up against the Jets this week, who give up the most points to running backs. This is going to be a field day for JROB. Friendly reminder, last week, Duke Johnson was the best running back in fantasy. Duke Johnson. Now James Robinson plays that same defense that gave up an RB1 performance to Duke Johnson. He's going to have such a good week. I expect 2 touchdowns. Another running back I'm starting with confidence is J.Williams. If you follow this channel, you know how obsessed we've been with him all year. He's finally getting a ton of opportunities. He plays the Raiders, who give up the 3rd most points to the running back position, and he's the RB15 on the year. But if you look at his numbers since their bye week, he's the running back 2 in all of fantasy. Okay, and this team, the reason that none of these wide receivers are fantasy relevant is because their entire offense runs through these running backs. Since their bye week, Javante's averaging 21.5 opportunities per game, and you know that if this team is on the goal line, it's always a rushing touchdown. They're never doing the play action. They're never in shotgun. It's just always a rushing touchdown. I like Javonte this week. I think he has a safe floor. At the wide receiver position, I love Jalen Waddle this week. I was sad because I had him last week and he was on the COVID list, but he's back this week, healthy, looking to make an impact. He plays the New Orleans Saints, who give up the 7th most points to the wide receiver in fantasy. And I believe that Marshawn Lattimore is probably going to be covering Devontae Parker. It just makes sense. He's the ex-wide receiver, if you will. So I believe Lattimore will be covering him, so there's no worries there. Waddle is top 12 in targets this year, despite missing an extra game due to COVID. He has that connection with Tua. I think it continues this week. I think you can expect anywhere from 15 to 20 points from Waddle. The next wide receiver was my start of the week last week, and I'm doubling down. AMON RA St. Brown, you can start him again this week. He goes up against the Atlanta Falcons, who give up the 4th most points to wide receivers in fantasy. Check this out. In the last 3 games, AMON RA has been targeted heavily. He has 35 targets in the last 3 games. The connection with Goff is growing and growing, and TJ Hawkinson is on IR. So, I mean, AMON RA is going to see plenty of targets. He's a reliable option. I think you can expect anywhere from 12 to 16 PPR points. I mean, even me, I didn't expect what happened last week to happen. I didn't expect him to get that many points, but still, I think he presents such a safe floor for those of you who might need a waiver wire pickup or a spot start. And at the tight end position, last week I told you to start Hunter Henry. That went well. This week I'm telling you to start Zach Ertz. He plays the Colts, who give up the 2nd most points to the tight end position. Without DeAndre Hopkins, this offense has changed a lot. Whether it's for good or for bad, it doesn't matter, because for Zach Ertz's case, it means more opportunities. In week 15 without DeAndre Hopkins, he had 11 targets. He caught 6 of those for 74 yards. He's a focal point of this offense. He's forced to be a focal point of this offense. And I think he's going to see enough target share to be a top 8, top 10 tight end this week. So you can start him with your playoff hopes on the line. Anything's possible, but I'm starting him. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. And good luck. I hope you get to the next round.
Yo, what's good? Thanks
up?
for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.